Let me wish you another fabulous afternoon, dear children. Today I'm going to take up the novella Bringing Tony Home by Tissa Abhisekar. I went through your requests and you have requested me to do the Windruff Suites as well as Prince and the Pauper. Of course, if time permits me, I hope to deal with those two also. But I prioritize bringing Tony home for several reasons. The first one is it is a very intimate novella which discusses about the history of our country or the past of our country and some very familiar crises, people, issues in our society. And the next one is if you find it difficult to answer the questions given by the selected novel by you, you will be having an option. And the other thing is, when we consider the bulk of the novella, you know it is bulk-wise very less. So therefore, the reader can go through it over and over again and get thorough and familiar with the novella very easily. So these are my reasons for selecting and discussing Bringing Tony Home. Right. And the other thing is, I want to make you aware of the difference between a novella and a novel. Now, Bringing Tony Home is considered as a novella because the book hits less than 50,000 words. The maker novella කියලා අපි හඳුන්වන්නේ. ඒකට හේතුව තමයි මේකේ වචන සංඛ්‍යාව බැලුවොත් එහෙම 50000ට වැඩිය අඩුයි. 50000ට වැඩිය අඩුයි. If a book hits more than 50,000 words, that means it is counted as a novel. 50000ට වැඩි නම් වචන සංඛ්‍යාව ඒක නවකතාවක් කියලා අපි novel එකක් කියලා පිළිගන්නවා. So therefore in that sense this is a novella. දැන් ඒ අනුව මේක novella එකක් Bringing Tony Home කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? So we have to discuss the technical aspect of a novel also, so you'll be able to understand or comprehend the novella better. Here also, just like the elements we found in the drama as well as that short story, there are some components or elements. Okay, right. What are the components in a novella or a novel? Just like in dramas and short stories, there are characters here. The thing is, you will be meeting so many characters because this is a very long narrative or long narration. Therefore, the number of people or the number of characters you meet in a novel or a novella will be very high comparing with a short story or a drama. And next comes settings. Settings, of course, there will be more than one setting. There are so many settings in a novel. That happens mainly because of the length of the story. Next one, the conflict. Conflict can be one or more than one conflicts. Plot can be seen and themes can be seen. Then dialogues are seen. Okay, dialogues are seen and tone as well as style. These are the components of a novella. Under tone, the syntax or how the writer has used the sentences and his diction, his attitudes. Okay, the point of view in a sense, whether it's a first person narration or third person narration. ඒ විදිහට කොහොමද මේක කියලා තියෙන්නේ නැරේටම කතා කරලා තියෙනවද? එහෙම නැත්නම් he she කියලා විදිහට third person narration එකක් යනවද? මෙන්න මේ කරුණු කාරණා පිළිබඳව අපිට පැහැදිලි අවබෝධයක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ නවකතාවේ. So you will find it very easy to understand the contents of the novel. As an access to the lesson, I would like to introduce Tissa Abeysekara's character first. Tissa Abeysekara actually can be considered as an asset to Sri Lankan literature because he had been a bilingual writer, Vibhasha Rachake, as well as a multifaceted character, Bahuvanshika Charitya. Because he had been recognized as a screenwriter, a film director, an actor, an author. We can see so many accomplishments when we go through his character and his capacity. Okay, the story Bringing Tony Home is based on his first person experiences. So therefore, it is very interesting to go through this story. I think this information will help you to identify the character and the capacity of the writer. Right? Next, I'm going to tell you something about the title of the novella, Bringing Tony Home. Here, of course, Tony is a dog. The major theme of the story is the great bond between a 10-year-old child and a dog. That means it talks about, it pivots around human-animal bond. Okay. Next, I would like to talk about how the writer has structured his novella. මේ නවකතාව කොහොමද එයා organize කරලා තියෙන්නේ, සංවිධානය කරලා තියෙන්නේ කියන එක ඊළඟට මම කතා කරන්න කැමතියි. The novella is presented in 3 movements. සංචලන 3ක් යටතේ තමයි මේ නවකතාව ඉදිරිපත් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. That means he has divided his entire life into 3 phases or 3 segments. කොටස් 3කට බෙදලා තියෙනවා. So the first movement is named as the sunset, and the writer talks about his life as an adult film director. ඉතනදී ඔහු කතා කරන්නේ ඔහුගේ ජීවිතය වැඩිහිටි චිත්‍රපට අධ්‍යක්ෂකවරයෙක් විදිහට ඔහුගේ කාර්යභාරය ඒ වගේම his interest towards his profession, his commitment, right? And his attachment to his past and how his past made him a great professional. මේ වගේ කාරණා ඔහුගේ අතීතය පිළිබඳව, ඒ අතීතයේ කොහොමද ඔහු ඉතාමත්ම විශිෂ්ට වෘත්තිකයෙක් කරන්නේ, ඒ වගේම ඔහුගේ කැපවීම, ඔහුගේ රාජකාරිය වෙනුවෙන්, මේ හැම දෙයක්ම අපි පළවෙනි මූවමන්ට් එකකින් ඉගෙන ගන්න යනවා. And also in the same movement we can learn about certain issues and crises prevailed at that time and certain issues and crises he came across. ඔහුට මුල දෙන්න සිටින ගැටලු සහ අර්බුද සහ සමාජීය වශයෙන් එකල තිබුණු ගැටලු සහ අර්බුද මේකදී අපි කතා කරනවා. The most interesting part comes when we are doing the second movement, that is tone. ඒතර ගොඩාක්ම ආකර්ෂණීයම කොටස එන්නේ අපි දෙවනියට ගන්න කොටසේ tone කියන movement එකේ. There we come to know his life as a 10-year-old boy and his growth and all sorts of cultural, social, economical, national, what else, political issues prevailed at that time, and how people spent in that bygone era their lives leisurely, okay, and the influence of these foreign invasions and what incidents took place during the colonial era as well as post-colonial era. All these things are taken into consideration, and we are going to learn about the colorful people at that time, right? And their slow-paced life. All these things will be taken into account during that segment or that moment. So after that, we are meeting this Abhisekara's life as a young adult as well as a mature adult who goes back to his village. He became a trotter. He became a trotter in order to find the erased traces of his bygone era. ඔහුගේ ඒ ගෙවුණු යුගයේ නැකී ගිය සටහන් සොයමින් යන වැඩිහිටි තිස්ස අබේසේකරව අපට හම්බ වෙනවා තුන්වෙනි moment එක. Right. I think basically you have got a clear understanding about the novella. So in my next video clip, I hope to discuss moment by moment, so you will get a very clear understanding about the novella. And I request you to be present with a rough paper in order to take down notes. I will give you certain important notes which will help you in your examination. So thank you very much for being with me.